So my name is Jody Wright, and I'm the Executive Director of Tahoe Family Solutions. And our role is to try and assist families to stay in their housing. So we provide emergency rental assistance, or if someone has said I can pay my rent, but I can't pay my power, then we'll pay their power. I mean, the goal is to keep people stable. It's not a long-term solution. We have had to have the hard conversations with people. Some just can't make it work up here, and we've had to assist people in leaving the Tahoe Basin because they couldn't make it work. In my opinion, the fundamental need to create community is trust, consistency, and integrity. We have been around long enough that people feel pretty secure with us, so we're able to run programs that I was kind of afraid would dwindle off because of people's fear, but they seem to be going strong because people really need to be with each other, and network and brainstorm and all those things. So, in the other room right now, I've got 10 Spanish-speaking moms and toddlers getting ready to start pre-K. But what they're also doing is sharing ideas and, hey, I heard they're hiring at, that kind of conversation and that kind of community building. It also really reduces that sense of isolation, which is critical. I'm looking at this year a 45% increase in rent requests since the beginning of the year over the same time period in 2025. That's because we had no snow. The average rent in Incline Village is $3,500 a month. The average hourly wage in Incline Village is $20.37 an hour. I think for us, it is really the relationships that we develop with individuals in the community. So we're kind of aware if someone's losing a roommate and if someone's vacating an apartment that may be a little lower rent. We're just kind of have our fingers on the pulse of that so that when we have people come in, we can say, hey, not right now, but in a month, there's going to be a place opening here, and we kind of track it. It's very informal because the community is small enough we can make that work. So that's one way. And then the other way really is, as I said, is buying people some time. So I have a staff of just under 20 and only 4 of them live up here. So storm's coming in this weekend. We're already trying to figure out how are we going to staff our thrift store because people aren't going to be able to make it up the mountain. So yes, my front desk person just had to leave and she moved down to Carson. She just can't afford to be up here. So the other thing that I'm seeing with displacement is the shrinking of the schools. I don't think that's because there's a shrinking of the number of children. I just think that those families can't afford to be here. And we are supporting several families who their children have been in Incline schools since the beginning and they just don't want to pull them out, but they've moved to Carson. So we're, helping, when people aren't making a lot of money, expecting them to have a reliable car, maybe a little bit unreasonable. So yeah, it concerns me a lot. I can't keep my workforce. And having talked to other small business leaders around the community, they're having the same problem. They can't hire waiters. They can't hire people to work in their kitchens because nobody can afford to live here. I mean, and if this is a tourism-based economy and you have to wait 2 hours to sit at a table because they only have one waitress, that's going to be a problem. I mean, that's going to trickle up and down the entire social systems. There has to be a lot of, pieces put together like a jigsaw puzzle. So I would say housing security with rent control. I would say some of the employers taking some responsibility for having housing for their teams that they rely on during tourism seasons. I think education of the community on a larger scale about what happens if we don't address this is going to be the best ticket, and let people start getting creative on that.